Welcome back to WCI-TV, sponsored by Tower MSA Partners. I'm Amy Sweezy, and joining me now is Kim Wiswell. Kim is with Gradient AI. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate the opportunity.
So first of all, what do you do? What's your title, and what is Gradient AI?
Okay, my title is Director of Managed Care Solutions for Embedded Analytics. And the company Gradient AI is an AI vendor. The side of the company I work in is property and casualty. So we create AI solutions around needs for claims and underwriting in workers' comp, personal injury, and other related lines of business. So we also have a group health side of the house that creates the same type of thing for those lines. So.
Okay. How did you get into the AI industry in the first place?
Okay, interesting question. I was working for a Medicare set-aside vendor at the time, and a friend of mine took a job with another AI vendor and called me and said, hey, if we had all this claim information and all this med bill information, do you think you could automate a Medicare set-aside? Sounded like a great challenge, so I went over there and we proceeded to do just that. So AI is fascinating, but that was back in 2018, and it is a much different world now.
Isn't that amazing how quickly things change with technology? So talk a little bit about the benefits of AI. I know there's still a lot, even after all these years, there's still a lot of nervous people and nervous companies when it comes to AI. So what are the benefits?
Very nervous. Okay, so the benefits are, these days, especially on a claims adjuster's desk where they've got maybe 125 to 150 claims that they're trying to work on at any given time, and a lot of data capture requirements already, you've got to key in all this data. So it doesn't leave them with a lot of time to actually go in and manage the claim, to reach out to the injured worker and to actually use their insight where it probably can provide the best value. So what we're trying to do, or what I think basically AI in general is trying to do, is to take the routine things and the automate those, and then come up with a way that puts the, in this case, the adjuster in the driver's seat. So if I'm an adjuster and I come in the morning, I just want to see what do I need to look at today, and I want it to be based on current information, pertinent things. What can AI do for me? Well, it can tell you this claim needs attention because this injured worker is having financial problems, or because there are significant comorbidities for this particular person. So it allows the adjuster to actually use their experience and background in a value-added way that right now I think they're just weighed down by the daily routine tasks. So just putting them in the driver's seat was a long way.
Which seems like such a great positive thing, but what are some of the challenges that you're running into?
Data would probably be the ultimate challenge. So in order to run these complex LLM models, you need a significant amount of data, and probably as an example, we probably have about 300 data fields that we update nightly from nightly feeds we get from our clients. There's a ton of information in there, but the adjuster can't go in every day and look at every claim. So once you have the ability to see, oh, okay, this is what's going on in the claim, and have a model that'll tell you, hey, these 5 things occurred, or you have an unrelated body part that's entered the claim, or you have a new expensive medication that's been prescribed. Those kind of things, that if you can call attention to those quickly for the adjuster, it makes it easier for them. But again, you've got to have the data. And so I think that's one of the things in the industry that maybe is the greatest challenge. I think from our side, we see claim notes as probably the most impactful thing that you can get. But claim notes that an adjuster types in is stuff the adjuster already knew, and it's unstructured, right? A structured data field, you keyed something in and it has a name, but unstructured, claim notes have a wealth of information. And what you can do these days, LLMs are able to mine key words out of that and key phrases, and if someone's got to cover someone else's claims desk, you can go in and get a summary of what's going on the claim. Instead of having to read through hundreds of claim notes, you can summarize based on that. So the more data they supply and the more an AI company is able to glean from that data, the better off you are. So, but data is, I think, the ultimate challenge. Also, adoption. Everybody wants to go into this and they want to do everything at once, and everything at once doesn't work well. So one of the things that we've tried to counsel, people I talk with, I do a lot of speaking on AI in the circuit. We're trying to tell people, don't try and do it all at once. Take the low-hanging fruit. Automate what you can. Start with a small area, but still requires data. So.
Right, and along with that, is there other advice that you can think of other than starting small? Is there other advice that would help?
The first thing I would suggest anyone do is look at their pain points. What are your adjusters spending time on? I had a IT head of a company we work with the other day tell me, well, my adjusters don't have time to do a lot of anything because they're spending 40% of their time on the phone about provider bills. That's not good.
Right.
That's a pain point. So look at the things that you can impact. The adjusters are a wealth of information. I think a lot of times people will only talk to claims management. If you get down to the adjuster level, they will tell you what's taking up their time. And if you focus on those pain points first, then everybody buys into it. Because I think one of the challenges we all run into in the industry trying to sell solutions to people is they don't get operationalized. You can buy an entire AI program and nobody uses it. So if you get the adjuster buy-in and you're addressing their pain points, it's likely to go a lot better.
So if you were to be able to look into the future or even plan the future yourself, what would be the ideal, ultimate situation?
So the ideal situation is a thing called agentic AI, where you have agents out there. And all of these different models work together, so you have an agent that goes out and looks at legal and what's going on with legal. You have one that looks at your medical costs. You have one that looks at pharmacy, all the different aspects of it, and then they work together and present a case to the adjuster. Here's what's going on this claim. Here are the likely actions you need to take. That's where I see the future at, and I think it would make the claims adjuster's job a lot more fulfilling than it is right now.
And do you think that's coming?
I do.
How many years?
I think we're probably only a year away at most, because the LLMs exist. Anybody who's gone online and used Claude, Grok, or any of the rest of them knows how much you can get out of them, right, very quickly. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have been to several WCIs, attended many. What keeps you coming back?
The ability to network is obviously one of the big deals, but other than that, the exhibit floor and just seeing what new things have come up, because there are so many different ideas. Innovation isn't only happening like on claims automation and that kind of thing. There's innovation in AI being applied to all kinds of different things these days. So even the amount of DME offerings that are out there, and looking at all that and just seeing, well, how might all this work together? I think that's the fun part of coming to WCI.
I can see the happiness on your face when you're talking about it.
It's fun.
The fun part, exactly. All right, well, Kim Wiswell, thank you so much for being here. Gradient AI, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate being here.
All right.
Okay.
This is WCI-TV, sponsored by Tower MSA Partners. I'm Amy Sweezy. Thanks for watching.